Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's a treat to get to practice with you this morning. We're going to be engaging in both a Shabbat prayer through meditation practice, moving meditation, as well as a little bit of chant and a little bit of learning together. So I invite you to take a seat on your mat, or if you are in a chair, to find a position that's most comfortable for you. Your feet can be cross-legged or flush with the ground. Find yourself into a nice stable triangle position. I have my feet spread out here in front of me. I'm Rabbi Alyson Solomon, by the way. So we'll find our seats. Our practice will extend about 45 minutes. So I invite you to, if you have access also to the prayer sheet, you can pull that out. Otherwise, close your eyes, go for the ride. Don't worry if you know a melody or don't. Just enjoy this time together. We'll go ahead and place our hands on our hearts, welcoming ourselves into our practice, creating a space within ourselves and around us for receptivity, transmission, and articulation. The Shabbat text we come close to this weekend is Parshat Emor. It has to do with speech. So our practice this morning will glide us through 3 phases. First, of receptivity. Second, of transmission. And third, of articulation. We bring our hands to our knees and begin to allow our spine to elevate, just naturally elongating from our seat, from our root, through our core space, up to our crown. We'll go ahead and inhale over the left knee, breathing in as we glide forward and around, and exhaling back. Just a very gentle circular movement, keeping our hips level and our shoulders level, stirring the pot with our spines. And we'll join together in the first chant, asking for that receptivity, that preparation. Oh Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and in thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary for you. When you come up to the top, go ahead and just sway for a moment. Feel it in the back of your hips. Glide over the right knee. Inhale. Inhale, sniff forward. And exhaling back. Nice cleansing breath here with the mouth open. Oh Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and in thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary for you. good. Swaying forward just for a moment there, enjoying that sensation in the back of your tushy and your hips there. You might even take your hands and place them in your imaginary back pockets. Give yourselves a nice little lower back massage just for a moment. Big inhale and cleansing breath together out through our mouths. One more. And the last one, bringing our knees, our hands, our palms to the tops of our knees. Inhale and exhale. One more, we're going to do concave and convex positioning. So looking towards the belly, we inhale, leaning forward, reaching for the heart, reaching with the heart. Elbows splay back behind us. Exhale out through the mouth. Same gesture. Exhaling, looking forward towards our belly. Sorry, that was an inhale and exhale forward. Preparing to receive, we'll go ahead and open up our arms, palms face up to either side, bringing that right palm down to the mat, about 12 inches or 15 inches out to the side. Find your stability there. Root each hand into the mat. Fingers are nice and wide. In that opposing hand, that left hand, go ahead and imagine a pomegranate in your hand, providing a little bit of weight. Bend that right elbow, stabilize both hips. And on the inhale, reach that pomegranate out and slowly up and gently over the body, creating a tremendous amount of spaciousness here on the left side of our bodies. Keeping your stability with that right hand, perhaps even bending that right elbow just a little bit deeper, going deeper into the posture here. Enjoying that space underneath your armpit on the left side. Your gaze can be down at that right hand or up at the pomegranate. When you're ready, flip that pomegranate up towards the sky and use that hand as a lever to elevate you up and over. Lowering that hand slowly to the earth on that left side. Switching positions here, that right hand engages that gentle weight, symbol of abundance. The 613 mitzvot, the rimon, receptivity. Finding your hip balance here before you lift that pomegranate, and when you're ready, lifting it out. Notice the elongation across your spine and gently reaching up, meet the sky, and tilting like a crescent moon over to the left. And when you're ready, paintbrush hand goes palm towards the sky. Inhaling back up and exhaling over. Find your stability in the middle there for a minute. Just notice that receptivity. Notice your body opening. Notice any sensations of constriction or opening. You might just shimmy your shoulders here for a minute. Right, for some of us, this could be a tremendous experience already in opening our bodies, and for others, we're ready to turn up the heat. So I invite you to just check in with your body. I'm going to switch the position of my feet, putting the opposite foot on the outside of the body. Finding tiptoe hands on both sides. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit. Everybody is welcome to just stay right there or pick it up as well. Placing my right hand, left hand pomegranate. Inhale up and over. Flipping the palm. And over. Great. Right hand pomegranate. Flipping that hand up and over. Gonna bring in the chant Elohai Neshama, the God of our soul. We thank you for cleaning us out, purifying us. Elohai Neshama Shenatata Biteho Rahi Elohai Neshama Shenatata Biteho Rahi Elohai Neshama Shenatata Biteho Rahi Elohai Neshama Shenatata Biteho Rahi. Might have noticed I've switched the movement just a little bit, this time scooping away from above me. Elohai Neshama Shenatata Biteho Rahi, bouncing off that hand. Elohai Neshama Shenatata Biteho Rahi. Two more. Elohai Neshama Shenatata Biteho Rahi. Elohai Neshama Shenatata Biteho Rahi. Tiptoe those fingertips, making little tents to either side. We'll go ahead and bring our knees in to meet one another. Just find your stability here for a second. Elevating, rocking back side to side on our tishy tailbones here. We'll take a moment to extend our hands around our knees, clasping at the wrists here, feeling our strength. And pick up your toes a little bit from the mat or the floor in front of you. And just get nice and long and tall here through the spine, bringing in those hands around your shin bones, feeling some nice strength here. Those of you who want to take this to the next step, you can come onto your tiptoes or even bring your toes all the way into the air, flexing at the feet. And if you'd like, keep those hands clasped for a very close and intimate bind, or instead bring hands to shins, or if you'd like, come into a boat pose. Great, we'll stay wherever you are for just a moment. Again, imagining ourselves receptive, receiving on Shabbat. Two more cycles of breathing here. Beautiful. And when you're ready, curl back down to our starting position, grabbing hands around the shins. Go ahead and just enjoy this feeling of holding yourself tightly, receiving and then feeling what you are receiving from yourself here. Beautiful. And if you'd like to come up into any form of boat, again, you're welcome to. Finding your balance, finding your dristi is an important part of being receptive, finding a focal point to rest our gaze. Opening those hands, opening the feet, opening the legs, heart, almost like we're a bowl receiving. And then again, coming close to our own body, perhaps switching your bind here, wrist, which wrist is on top. And hugging in close. If you'd like to go ahead and bow your chin in towards your chest here, just for a moment, just enjoy your own proximity, your own heat. Maybe raise and lower the shoulder blades here. Stretch out all those muscles that work so hard in our texting, in our driving. And then we'll go ahead and bring our feet soles to sole, grabbing hands around the ankles. And finding ourselves nice and tall here. The type of yoga that I practice and teach is Anusara, which is all about spirals within the body, starting from our core. So imagine just for a moment, feeling, tapping into, touching into your core center. Notice anything that might be arising in this receptive pose. Holding on to those ankles, pulling those ankles towards you. You can almost lift up the feet as if they were a book. Some people actually clasp around the sides of the feet. It's also a possibility. You can stay with the ankles. Bringing those feet off the earth, puffing out your chest, locking in those elbows towards the body. Beautiful way to feel open and strong. Go ahead and lift the chin up slightly. We'll do 3 lion's breaths here, in through the nose and out through the mouth, making a nice little roar so you can hear yourself on that exhale. Beautiful. If anybody wants one for the road, go ahead and take it. Great. Extending the soles of our feet, that little book binding of our feet to feet, just out a little bit in front of us. We're going to come for a gentle bow down to the earth, into the soles of our feet. So I invite you to take your soles, go ahead and press your thumbs in between the soft points in the middle of your feet. So sort of between all of your toes, find the midpoint, press in gently, open up the soles of the feet like you're looking into a book. Gently press the elbows into the shins and lean forward, elongating here the neck. Gaze is towards the center of the feet. And as we move from receiving to transmitting and being transformed, we'll ask for strength. Ozi v'zimrat yah vayehili yeshu'ah. God is both our song and our Redeemer. And we ask for the strength to be able to balance those energies. So we're going to lean forward just gently here, bringing face towards our soles, softening the gaze here, softening the cheeks, opening the feet. Toes are nice and wide. And if at any point you'd like to soften the hands and reach out and forward, you're welcome to. Ozi. I'm going to start close with my hands on my feet and then soften as I go. V'zimrat yah vayahi liyeshua. Ozi Vizimrat Yam, widening my hands. Vayahi Yeshua, reaching up towards the mat, tiptoeing those fingers forward, pulling back through the hip pockets. Ozi Vizimrat Ya, bowing forward, releasing through the hips. Mayahi Yeshua. Go ahead and walk those fingertips over towards the right upper corner of your mat, almost at 1 o'clock. Back left hip pockets are at 7 o'clock. And we stretch, elongating like arrows across our body. Ozi Mizimrat Ya Vayahi Yeshua. Ozi Vizimrat Ya Vayahi Yeshua. Tiptoe those hands over across your body, coming to 11 o'clock with the hands, 4 o'clock with the hips. I can't remember where I was in the song. If you're still singing, keep going. It'll be around. Ozi Mizimrat Ya Vayahi Yeshua. Ozi Vizimrat Ya Vayahi Yeshua. Great, and then walking those hands towards the middle of the soles of our feet. Whew. Enjoy the transmission, right? The moving within us. Just go ahead and bring those feet in to an easy pose here. Feet are tucked in for a moment. We'll bring our hands out wide, either side. Thumbs are pointed up. Pinkies are out. Little I love you. I think this is I love you in Hawaiian. Maybe sign or both. Stay here for a moment and enjoy this opportunity to receive and also to transmit, to feel the alchemy within you of what you've been receiving begin to move. I invite you to just take some moments here in your own dance. Bring some fluidity here, opening the hands, keeping them in the mudra, the hand position, and just play for a second. Sensing what's being transmitted, what's moving through you, how you are changing, the space that you're taking up. What is being created? I invite you to come up onto hands and knees here and keep that fluidity moving with you. Find yourself on your mat in the center pose, cat-cow. And again, keeping that movement, we'll go to all 4 corners of our mat, backwards and forwards. Enjoying the movement now, a creative process, making sure that our tops of our feet, our shoelaces are rooted deeply into the ground. Hands are nice and open, fingers are wide. Just enjoy this play, right? You can wiggle back, you can wiggle forward, wiggle back, wiggle forward. Great. And if anybody wants a more familiar cat-cow, returning there, inhaling as you look up and exhaling as you tuck in. Tail is nice and open, belly button engaged. Beautiful, everybody. Good. And anytime you want to come back to just the fluidity, that is also awesome. I'm going to bring some traction to our hands, bringing our arms down into dolphin hands. The pinky fingers tucking in underneath so that you have a nice solid base of those dolphin arms, forearms pressed deeply into the ground here. Bringing the knees first together, finding a nice, strong, and steady place to base ourselves. And then we're going to do some opposites reaching here. So now that you've found the center of that position, go ahead and open the hands, palms come down, open face onto the mat in front of you, and knees open slightly so that they're underneath the hips. And we're going to reach our opposite leg and arm here. So just starting first with the right leg. Don't worry about the hands yet. And then coming down, and left leg and coming down. And this might be plenty. And if you'd like to add the opposing hands, you can. Right, so bringing some reach here into the pose. And cross-body stretch helps our brains find their middle. Right, a few more rounds, or just stay in dolphin arms or cat-cow. Great, heating up our bodies. And when you're ready, we'll come back into child's pose here. Shins are parallel, thighs are parallel. Come all the way down, belly rests onto the thighs. Forehead can reach towards the earth. Hands and fingertips are nice and wide and open here. And forehead reaches towards the ground. What we transmit, we are always giving over. What comes through us keeps coming. And there's no way that we can keep it to ourselves. So allow this gesture to be a giving over, a giving up, a giving into. Enjoy the heat in the back of your spine, sensation perhaps in your wrists. And tickle those fingertips just a little bit deeper forward and the hips just a little bit deeper back. Stretching like a bow and arrow. You might even lift up your forehead for a moment and then curl it back in, just making sure everything is nice and long. Give yourself a little ear massage on your biceps or your deltoids right here. And if you'd like to thread the arrow, or thread the needle, thinking of arrows, go ahead and take that right hand and bring it underneath the left armpit. So I'm taking this right hand, stretching it wide out to the side, and then crossing in and underneath my body. So from the front, you're going to see this. Right, and then the gaze looks towards that armpit, left armpit underneath. That's where you're threading the needle. Take a breath there. Enjoy that cross-body twist. When you're ready, inhale. Bring both arms up to the center. Exhale down. Get ready for that left arm to thread the needle. Left hand is wide and then scooches underneath the right shoulder and stretches to the opposite side of the body. Enjoying here all the dimensionality of your body. Receiving and transmitting. Great, and then unfurl the body. And we're just going to come up to onto our knees. In case anybody was wondering, we're not going to do any hopping around or inversions at this point. But we will come up to, this is kind of our standing position for our practice. So let's stretch both knees out to either side. And I wanted us to be in this position because I feel like I wanted us to have more stability rather than just being up totally on our feet. Although if you'd like to stand, you're welcome to, but I'm going to keep it low today to the earth. And reach both hands out nice and wide. Give yourself a little shake. Yeah, let's just stay there for a second. Move the space, right? We've come from the very low space to the middle, and now we're reaching higher. So just perhaps enter the space around you. Moving those arms. Great. We'll bring in the chant, Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed. Basically that God is in motion. God is motion. God is energy and movement and fluidity. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed. I can't help it. I think I need to stand up. If you do too, please feel free. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach. You can take a tour of your mat, all the corners. Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed. Adonai Melech, backwards, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed. So from that place of receptivity and transmission, we now move to articulation. And this parsha, Emor, is about speaking out. It is about articulating. So perhaps there's something in your life that you have been wanting to say or wanting to hear. I invite you in this next segment of our practice to begin to articulate from the inside those words, whether it's to hear them or to say them. Go ahead and find our knees directly underneath our hips. And if anybody wants to double up or triple up your mat here, you're welcome to. We'll go ahead and reach arms to either side, nice and wide. And then up overhead. Make a triangle to look through. It's easier for me to face this way. And then if you'd like to stay right there, articulating those words, or if you'd like to open up the hands, or if you'd like to come up onto your tiptoes and reach back towards your heels. So finding that place of articulation, of speaking our truth, of hearing our truth. When you're ready to come out, going pretty slowly. It's a very vigorous posture. And if you've bent backwards, you might just go ahead and bend forwards. Reverse the posture. Wag the tail. Great. And if anybody would like to go there one more time, either straight up into that space of articulation, speaking out. You might even whisper the words to yourself aloud. Say them out loud. Sing them out. Beautiful, everybody. I know you're beautiful. We'll begin to take that last segment of articulation and bring it in to our wind down period. So coming to our mats, to our tushies on the mat again. We'll find our way all the way down onto the earth. And take your time getting down there. And we'll go ahead and bring knees to chest. And rock back and forth. I don't know if you can see where I am, but I'm in front of the Aron Kodesh, in front of the Ark here at Temple Beth Israel in Eugene, Oregon. And I'm aware that the Torahs are in the Ark. I'm looking up at the Ner Tamid. I'm placing my knees in the palms of my hands and rolling circles onto the sky with my knees. So tracing circles with those knees and then switching directions. And some of you might want to go ahead and grab onto your toes, bring those toes up towards the sky. Towards one another. Flexing those feet. About my microphone, everybody. Flexing the feet nice and strong through the legs. Go ahead and rake the fronts of your legs and the backs of your legs. Rake Inhale, exhale. Lion's breath. Beautiful. And then similarly with the arms, just bring in a little bit of friction as you engage the arms front and back. Go ahead and bring soles to the mat right underneath our tushies. Palms pressing the earth, forearms all the way engaged. Soften through the back of the spine. Hips are nice and equal, toes are open, fingers are open. When you're ready on the inhale, go ahead and rise both hips towards the sky. You might want to scooch your shoulder blades in and under, bring some extra support. Toes are nice and wide, fingers are wide. And then slowly unfurl that spine, crown to tail, one vertebrae at a time. And I'm going to go up again if you'd like to join me. Tail to crown, lifting, lifting, lifting. Forearms engaged. Great, open up that belly. Articulation through the belly, from the belly. Speech coming from our navel, from our guts. Voice traveling from our middle all the way to our edges. And then crown to tail, lowering the spine. Beautiful. Feet come down towards the earth. Ankles open like doors opening, arms opening, knees opening, chest opening. Take some time here in Shavasana to hear those words that came through us. And then gently on the next exhale, rolling over to one side or the other. Coming into a seed pose, bringing that articulation close to us, savoring it. And then again on the next cycle of your breath, if you'd like, to rise up into seated position. We'll go ahead and make a fire in front of us. Placing that heat on our bodies, wherever you'd like. Gratitude for our practice together. We'll take 3 big inhales and exhales, and then we will daven, reciting the Shema together to close our practice. At the conclusion, you're welcome to stay in meditation or open your eyes and proceed with your Shabbat. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. And gentle bow to our hearts, to each other's hearts, and to the one heart that holds us all. Shabbat Shalom.